If you want to start a professional organizing business, but you feel like you need a perfect website, a beautiful brand, every legal document, every single organizing product on Amazon, and a complicated software system before you get started, I need you to take a breath. While that's all well and good, and you probably need some of those things, you do not need all of that to get started. What you need is a clear offer, a simple way to run your business, a way for people to find you, a plan for serving your first client professionally. And so in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly what to focus on in the first 30 days before you launch your business. I'm Melanie Summers, and I've been running our professional home organizing company for over a decade. And I also coach other organizers who are trying to turn their skills into a profitable 6 or 7-figure home organizing company. And I want to be very honest with you. The goal of your first month is not to look like this huge established organizing company. The goal is for you to create enough structure to serve your first clients well, get paid, and learn from experience, and then keep going. So let's go ahead and dive in and break this into your first 4 weeks. Let's get started. Well, what's up, everybody, and welcome to I Speak Organized. I'm Melanie Summers. I am your go-to gal for all things pro organizing business. I'm a professional organizer, ADHD organizing specialist, and I'm going to help you conquer your clutter, live life with more purpose, and learn all about the business of tidying. Now, do me a favor, if you haven't already, take out your cute device and tap that subscribe button so that you become a member of the Speaker fam. And as you get value out of today's video, I hope that you smash that like button and hit the notification bell so you're notified every time we post new content every month. Now, to go along with this video, I have a free startup guide for your first 30 days, which is a companion PDF that goes along with everything we're talking about today. That way you don't have to come back and watch the video 8 million times. You have all the resources available for you there, including an entire resource bank of all of my favorite products, tools, software, you name it, it's all there. Plus the must-haves, the do's and don'ts, mistakes to avoid, and a checklist of everything that you want to keep track of for each week. Now, I know many of you are sitting here today feeling a little bit of imposter syndrome, or maybe you've kind of started the business and haven't really had a chance to dive into it as seriously as you want to, but you know you want that freedom and flexibility to make this your full-time gig. I am here to let you know that with the right tools and training, you can be exceptional and run a 6 or 7-figure organizing company. It's totally possible. We have done it, and I have helped hundreds and hundreds of coaching clients on that journey to doing the very same thing. In a little while, I'm going to detail some of the resources and tools that I Speak Organized has available for you, because I am, after all, your go-to gal for all things pro organizing business. So we're going to talk about that. But first, let's dive into week 1 of your 30-day launch plan. Set the foundation. So I'm just going to go through real quick and talk about the different things you'll see on that checklist that you download. So week 1 is all about business clarity. So before you're choosing your fonts, your colors, spending 3 weeks building this website, you need to make a few basic decisions. Who do you want to help? What services are you going to offer? Where will you work, as in the target area? How will people contact you? And what is the date that you're going to officially launch? This is a step that everybody skips, and it's the reason why so many businesses start off feeling like they're failing. You also need to think through your basic business structure, create a professional email address, open a separate business banking account, choose your starting price, and put a few basic policies in place: cancellation, refund, stuff like that. Now, to touch on pricing as a specific example for a second, it doesn't have to be the perfect price that you use forever. Your policies are definitely going to change as your business continues to evolve. Your ideal client may also change once you start actually working with people and figuring out who you do and do not serve. But obviously, we all need a starting point, so just get started. These are like the bare minimum things that I encourage you to start with in that first week of setting your foundation, because if you accept a client before you know what you're going to charge, when payments due, what happens if they cancel, or what's not included in the service you're providing, things are going to get messy very quickly. Now, at the same time, I don't want you to use that uncertainty and the propensity for doing research endlessly to avoid launching. Make the best decision with the information you have. Give yourself permission to improve as you go and write things down. I cannot stress that enough. Write things down. All right, now let's talk about week 2. This is all about building the simplest back-end systems to get you started. You need a way to collect the inquiries, learn about the project, explain your process and recommendations, get an agreement signed, have a way to collect payment, prepare the client for the session, and follow up afterwards. That could look like inquiry, intake form, consultation, agreement, payment, session preparation, organizing session, and then how you follow up. You can eventually use software to automate many of these processes after you've kind of gotten things set up. And of course, I have tons of tools and resources listed in that section of the document if you're following along kind of towards the end, both free and paid, of tools that we use and love every single day. And since I'm not a gatekeeper and believe in transparency, I do earn some affiliate commission from some of the links, not all of them. It is at no additional cost to you. It helps me continue to create high quality content for you here on YouTube, free of charge. I would always appreciate the support. And please hear me on this, because it's super important, especially when you're getting started and putting a bunch of barriers in front of your launch. You do not need an expensive or complicated tech stack to prove that you have a legitimate business. A simple system that you actually understand and use is much better than a fancy system that you avoid. Now, in terms of the inquiry and client agreement, all of those things, of course, one of the things I'll point you towards is my Pro Organizer Forms pack that has all the different forms available, including a client agreement, health and safety waiver, credit card authorization form, among many other things that are all templated out and specific to the professional organizing industry. These are not just random forms that you buy off some corner of Etsy that are kind of generic small business forms. They are actually tailored to our industry with specific industry related clauses and ideas behind them. So you can go check that out. The link to that will be down in the description. All right, week 3 is all about visibility. And I don't mean you suddenly need to post on every single platform every single day for the rest of your life. It just means that when somebody finds you, they can quickly understand who you are, what you do, who you serve, and how to take the next step, most importantly. At minimum, I would create a simple website landing page, a Google business profile, one business social media page. Pick the one where you know your target client hangs out the most. So if you use TikTok, but your clients aren't hanging out there, it's not going to do you any good to be posting on TikTok into the void of nothingness. Make a short bio about yourself on your website landing page, a clear statement about what you do and a way for somebody to inquire. Then make your launch announcement on that social media platform. Remember that professional organizing is extremely personal, and clients are going to be inviting you into their homes and showing you things that they might not even let their closest friends and family members see, that are going to have feelings of embarrassment, shame, guilt, and just a feeling of being overall just stuck. Your marketing needs to help them feel safe in reaching out and asking for help. So clear and trustworthy are going to get you so much further than gimmicky and pushy. Before we continue, I just want to thank Jobber for sponsoring this part of today's video. If you or your team are working inside clients' homes, it's unrealistic to expect that you or the team members are going to be able to reliably remember every single detail about the project. Because 2 months later, when a client texts or calls you and asks, was this completed? What happened to this item? The answer of, I think this happened, is not necessarily very reassuring. That's why many home service-based businesses use Jobber to keep the story and the details connected all in one place. You or your team can add photos, videos, completed checklists, mark up an image to highlight something important, or use Jobber Voice to capture a note when your hands are totally full. That documentation goes a long way to protect your clients, the team, and the business. And it means that you don't have to dig through texts and everybody's personal camera rolls just to figure out what happened. If you run a home service-based business or you want to take it to the next level of professionalism, you can try Jobber for free for 2 weeks with my special link. And after that, if you love it, which I'm sure you will, you get 20% off that first 6 months. So head down to the link in the the description just to check it out risk-free. And thanks again to Jobber for sponsoring today's video. Okay, so week 4 is where the rubber meets the road and you prepare for your very first in-home paid session. You've reached the point now where you're not just creating a brand, you are walking into a client's home and you're organizing it for them. Professional organizing is not simply about making a space look pretty, and organizing your own space is a far different ballgame than it is working for somebody else with a different mindset, understanding, preferences, goals, etc. You're going to be helping people work through decision fatigue, overwhelm, letting go of belongings, and creating systems that help support their real lives. Before your first session, I want you to create your basic supply kit. Again, I've got links in that document to my favorite Pro Organizer toolkit. So everything that you could possibly imagine putting into your toolkit, there's suggestions for all of that. So go check that out. You're also going to create your client preparation email, your session flow, your process for taking photos and media release, a plan for donations, trash and recycling, and of course, how you're going to follow up. I want you to also decide how you'll ask for a testimonial, not if, how, because you want to make sure you're getting those Google reviews. You also want to know how to document what has been accomplished and what happens next. Are they going to enroll in a program that keeps them coming back? You want to start to think through all of those pipelines and where they end up. All right, now let's talk through some beginner mistakes to avoid and things that I wish somebody would have told me when I first started. Avoid waiting for everything to be perfect, please. You're going to have to learn as you go in some instances. Yes, you want to be covered, especially legally and things like that, but don't let the fear of the unknown stop you from getting started. Don't undercharge simply because you're new. That undercuts the value of our industry, and it makes you build something that's more labor for hire than an actual business. And as a coach, I am here to help you build a sustainable 6 or 7 figure business, not become somebody who works for money hour after hour, day after day for a paycheck that's just going to get you by and eventually burns you out to the point where you no longer are doing this thing that you love anymore. Don't work without policies or a client agreement in place. I have helped some coaching clients through some horror stories over the years, and for confidentiality purposes, I'm not going to go into it, but you don't want to put yourself in a position where you or your business are at a risk of liability. Don't feel like you have to offer every possible service at once. Move management, photo organizing, decluttering, pantries, kitchens, garages, installation, handy person work, meal prepping, washing dishes, folding laundry, making the beds, cleaning the house. Suddenly, you're sitting there with their cat at the vet and you're wondering what the hell happened. Don't put yourself in that position. You want to be specific about the services that you offer and make sure that it is tailored towards your organizing company. This is going to help you with niching, SEO on your website, and it's going to help keep you sane and really specialize in something that people are actually looking for, not spreading yourself so thin that you can't operate day to day because you're so exhausted. And also remember to track your numbers. Failing to track your numbers is a recipe for disaster. You're not going to know where you're at. Very important to understand where your money is going, what your expenses are, having a budget to know that what you're doing is sustainable and growing. Another thing I like to point out that often gets overlooked and is something that sneaks up on organizers maybe in year 2 or 3 plus is the emotional side of organizing. I don't want you to underestimate that, because as I mentioned before, being good at organizing your own home is not the same as knowing how to guide another person through the decisions without judgment. And you're going to be taking on a lot of the emotional weight and the decision fatigue that the client is experiencing. They're kind of outsourcing that to you. And when you're working with clients day after day in that environment and working with people who don't necessarily understand the process, they don't have an organized brain the way that you do, they don't see the systems or the vision in the same way that you do, and that happens time and time again, it can become very draining. So just give yourself time to rest and recharge in between, making sure that self-care is a high point of priority in your life, and that includes getting exercise and drinking water, staying hydrated, sleeping well, eating well. All of those things are really important to maintain a high quality person to be able to run that business. Lastly, I want to point out too that mistakes are just part of entrepreneurship. They're part of running a business, and you're gonna make some. So just be prepared to make mistakes. Obviously, repeated avoidable mistakes can get expensive, and so we want to learn from those lessons. And my favorite thing that a lot of folks do is come into YouTube and piecing together all different fragmented pieces of free random advice and doing everything alone, which is going to make the process much, much harder than it needs to be. You can do that. I certainly tried to do that, and I paid the price for it, and my business didn't grow as quickly or as well as it could have, and I wasted a whole bunch of time. Once I actually hired a coach and started to get laser focused on certain things, my business started to spark fire. It was like pouring gasoline on the fire. It was one of the best decisions that I ever made. So if you're still sitting here thinking, okay, I need somebody to turn this into an actual checklist, well, congratulations, you've got it, because I already did. If you're not already in possession of the checklist, you can sign up to receive free access to it. So make sure to snag that at the link below. And some of you are going to be ready for the next step. You want more than the actual checklist. You're going to be looking at all this stuff and saying, okay, I understand I need to work on my pricing. I need to work on my website. What is SEO? I don't know what my pricing structure is going to be. I don't know what to put in my agreement, so on and so forth. All these questions do tend to come up. So if you know that you want more than that, you can come to the next step with me and check out my Organizer in Demand monthly membership designed exclusively for professional organizers. We have some folks in there that are in interior design and house cleaning as well, so any home service-based organizing professional will fit the bill really, really well. But we have monthly coaching calls twice a month inside there. You can get live on-demand access to me and ask as many questions as you need every single month. We also have the ability to record those calls. So if you can't come live, you can still submit your questions and get them answered. In addition to that, we have an on-demand library, just like Netflix, where you log into your portal and there's 30 plus on-demand lessons on everything. How to create your signature organizing process, pricing, marketing, SEO, website, branding, you name it, it is in that membership program. 24/7 access available to you once you sign up. It's an affordable monthly fee. You can check out all the details, and of course it's cancel anytime, because I stand behind what I provide to my coaching clients and I know it's valuable. So I don't have to lock you into anything. You either use it and you love it and you get the results, or you cancel when you need. So if you're ready for practical business education, real world examples, then I want you to go down to the description of the video and check it out. You also get $8 off your first month with the code YTPRO8, so you can plug that in at checkout. And beyond that, I have a ton of other resources, courses, templates, all kinds of things depending on where you are in your business and what you need. Several of those resources will also be linked down in the description of the video as well. So just to close and recap, I want to remind you that you don't have to build your entire business in one day. You just need to make the next clear decision. Download the free startup kit, start with week 1, and let me know in the comments, are you still thinking about starting your business? Or have you already booked your first client? Where are you? If you have any other questions, you're also welcome to join my free Facebook group. The link to that will also be down in the description of the video. Happy to answer any questions about any of the resources that we have available to take you to the next level. Don't forget to check out that free trial link for Jobber. As you can tell, we are full of resources and deals for you. So let me know if you have questions, and I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe.